Hi class, for this section we're going to talk about measurements of position. And technically measurements of position, some of the ones that we've done already showed up in the previous section, but the main important ones are going to have the standard deviation as being part of the problem. Now, as we're evaluating the first measurement of position, we're going to talk about C-scores. And C-scores are very important. They basically represent the total of standard deviations a specific value is above or below the mean. Now, for this particular section, I just want you to evaluate it and round it to 2 decimal places. In the last one, when we're doing predictions, they're going to allow us to see the spread of the actual data set. We're also going to have the same scenario that we did before. You happen to have either a population or a sample. Now, for any of the data sets, what we want to do is organizing from min to max, and this is because technically every one of the calculations that we're doing, they represent measurements of position. So one of the most common questions is organize the data set from min to max. Now, you don't want to do this by hand. What I need you to do is enter the data set. In this case, I have this data set as L2. I accidentally put it on L2 as opposed to L1. You can put it into L1. That's perfectly fine. And what I need you to do is sort it. We'll compare answers in a minute. So to sort it, remember that you basically just activate the sort command. And then you're going to do an L. Well, in your case, you maybe have it under L1. I have it under L2. And let's actually compare. I'm just going to rewrite it. And my actual data set, it's going to be as follows. So as we write it from min to max, I have a 36. Then I have two 37s. So 37 and 37. Two 39s. Then 40, 41. So 40, 41, followed by a 42, 43, another 43, followed by a 44. Then we have a 50, 53, 55, and the last value that I'm showing here is a 70. So once you go into the actual data set, and you've already sorted, that's what it's looking. In yours it should be L1, but I have the 230, the 1 to 36, 237s, and then the last ones, 55 and 70. Okay. Now, in order to evaluate the mean and the standard deviation, all I need is the shortcut. So what I need you to do is evaluate a one variable stats on technically L1. Oops, sorry, I have it under L2. Okay, so let me copy the actual the values out of the data set. And the actual mean, we're dealing this as a sample. It's going to be x bar, which is equal to the sum of the x's divided by n. And I'm obtaining 44.6. So this is 44.6 as the final answer for the mean. As we go to the next one, well, the calculator is not going to give you the standard deviation. It's only going to give you the it's not going to give you the variance, only the standard deviation. So I'm going to jump to that. So in this case, this is the values of s, and this is given as the sum of x minus the mean squared divided by n minus 1. And this is approximately given by the one variable stats 9.0657. So 9.06 let me double check. 0, 6, 1, 2. I'm going to keep it to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 9, 6. And I'm rounding to 4 decimal places. Let me double check. 9.0696. Rounding to 4. 9.0696. Okay, the last calculation that we need for this one, it's technically the variance. That's s squared, and in this case, it's just going to be the sum of x minus x bar squared divided by n minus 1. This is equal to 9.0696, and we're going to square this value. And let me tell you what I'm getting. So I'm getting that this is approximately 82.2576, rounding to 4 decimal places. As you work on the homework assignments, double check what do they want you to round. And let me just double check that that actually matches. 9.0696 squared, I'm getting 82. And a little bit of cash there. Now, let's go to part C. And they want the C score for a value of 50. So in this case, this represents your X value. And the formula for the C score, you're simply just going to evaluate the following. So Z is equal to X minus X bar divided by the values of S. We're treating this as a sample, so you're going to use the sample formula. It's the same values that you would be using if you had a population, except that instead of X bar, you would be calling this one, mu. So in this specific scenario, we're going to have that X is equal to technically 50. So you would have 50 minus, and the mean we said it was 44.6. divided by the standard deviation. This is 9.0696. As you punch this into the calculator, you have to be very careful and make sure you put parentheses prior to evaluating it. So please enter it and we'll compare answers. And I'm getting that the actual answer for this one is going to be approximately 0.59. I'm looking at 54. If you round to 4 decimal places, all C scores are going to be around to 2 decimal places. So in this case, your final answer is going to be 0.60. I just routed to 4, but technically, since all C scores we round to 2 decimal places, this will be because of the table. Your final answer is going to be 0.60. Let's take a look at the second problem. In the second problem, the only main difference is that they're saying it's a population. So I need you to do the same steps that we did in the previous one. Enter it into one of your lists. In this case, I have it as L3. You can put it under L2. That's perfectly fine. And then I'm going to sort my data set. And this is to do the actual to have it from min to max. Okay, so let me rewrite the answer. So it's looking like a 36. So 36, it's the minimum, followed by a 39. Then there's 2 40s. 41, 42, 43. So 41, 42, 43. Then followed by a 50. We have a 53, a 55, and I believe the last one is a 90. Okay, so let me just go back to the list so we can take a look at that list now sorted, and it ends with the 90. Okay, so let's evaluate the same, the mean, the standard deviation, and the variance. So in this case, because they're calling it a population, this is going to be the values of mu, and mu is equal to the sum of the x's technically divided by n. Now, if you run a one variable stats on your list, you're going to end up with the same value of the x bar for this one, no change. So we would just say that the actual mean was 47, so approximately 47 point, I'm just going to keep this one to 2 decimal places. So any answer that you actually give me, 2 to 4 will be fine. Like I said, only the homework is asking for more than that. Then we need to jump to the standard deviation. In this case, it's going to be the square root of the sum of x minus mu squared divided by the values of n. And in this particular case, the standard deviation, it's going to be this value of sigma. So the 13, this one's going to be 13.93. It says 0.4. That's just to keep 4 decimal places. So 13.9304. And let me do the actual variance. So sigma squared. This is the sum of x minus mu squared divided by n, which is technically the 13.9304 raised to the second. Let me tell you what I'm getting. So 194.056. That is the actual variance of this population if you square 13.9304. Now, as we evaluate the C-score, it's going to be the same calculation, just your variables are going to be slightly different. So in this case, you will still say that z is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma. So your x is 36 minus the mu 47.67. Whoops, 47.67 over the standard deviation. That is the 13.9304. And once again, if you're doing this with the calculator, you're going to need parentheses. And in this case, the actual calculation for the C-score, it's negative 0.8377, which is approximately negative 0.84. When we talk about predictions, we're going to talk about what does it mean. And in this case, all it really means is that the 36 is almost 1 standard deviation below the mean. For the previous one, the 50, it's almost 1 standard deviation above the mean. So we're going to be talking about above and below the mean in terms of a position from technically min to max. For this actual assignment, all we're doing is evaluating the formulas and make sure that for all of them you have the variable formula, and then technically that you're obtaining these in your calculator. So you can just write a one variable stats, and then I'll know that you're using the shortcuts. So one variable stats, and that would be sufficient. So then I understand that you're actually using the software